Beep, 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 beep. Urgent Jester news. Hello, good people. Welcome to the Court of the Edijester. I must report to you the sadness that Manchester Pride has gone bust. Tits up. Brokio. Undone. Kaput. As we can see here, Manchester Pride goes bust with thousands owed in unpaid fees, and they've got a picture of some ghoul. Now, Pete Allison writes on BBC Newsbeat, Manchester Pride's bosses say it's gone bust, throwing the future of one of the UK's biggest LGBT events into doubt. Doubt? Bust. Something else still happened. It comes after BBC Newsbeat was told at least one of this year's headliners hadn't been paid for their August performance. Dozens of businesses and performers say requests for payment worth thousands of pounds were met with silence. The charity behind Manchester Pride has now confirmed it's gone into voluntary liquidation, a formal process for shutting down organisations that have run out of cash. In a statement shared with Pride artists, contractors and suppliers, Manchester Pride says it makes the announcement with enormous sadness. A combination of rising costs, declining ticket sales, wait for it, and an ambitious refresh of the format aimed to challenge these issues has led to the organisation no longer being financially viable. In other words, go woke, go broke. I supported these swine for years. And here they have dug themselves a TQ plus shaped hole. Over the past few years, Manchester Pride has done nothing but drag itself through the filth of LGBTQ+, and EDI and DEI, and inclusivity and critical race theory, allying itself with ridiculous hard left organisations who have eventually led to its downfall. Their appalling behaviour in placing two children on a stage and cheering at their trans identities and possibly embedding the insanity in the minds of those children, to me was just the highlight of their ongoing downfall. This is what's going to happen to all organisations that are anything to do with the T and the Q and the plus, or that continue to push these ridiculous, unbelievably mental ideas of cultural Marxism, which is what has hung them out to dry. I'm also quite sad because I spent many years supporting Pride and many years enjoying it. But when I think about saving young gay and lesbian men and women, and certainly proto-gay children and lesbian children, from the ridiculous notion of trans, queer and bi, I say that this is a small price for every gay man and lesbian to pay to keep those youngsters safe. There were those who put their lives on the line so that I could enjoy the life that I did when I was able to go to Pride. And there are those of us that they must now put ourselves on the line, even if it's our reputation, in order to say with Voices Stentorian, you ever come back in the same guise as you went out, and we'll come for you. We will come for you again. I can only hope that this means that the low ticket sales, the appalling behaviour, the ridiculous damning of the vigil for men who died from AIDS has reached enough of the public for them to go, I'm not giving them another penny. Brighton, London, Birmingham, you're next. Hold on, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride, as Bet would say. But from my perspective, deep sadness, but also relief that an organisation promoting harmful bodily disassociation and harmful bodily harm, essentially a flesh cult, is no longer with us. I'll leave you to decide whether or not that's something for celebration or commiseration. And I hope that those who work for this organisation, who did know what was going on, don't get their money. And those that didn't and have been caught by them do. But it's very likely nobody will. Thousands of gay men and lesbians and other people will have bought tickets for next year as well because they were selling them within days of Pride being on. And I imagine that money has also now gone as well. The next question will be, where is the money? The Charity Commission has received a serious incident report in regard to their finance. They have millions. Where is it? This is what happens when organisations that have built up a reputation are infected or parasitised by EDI, DEI, trans, queer, critical race theory, and all the other rubbish that comes with it. Everything it touches turns to dust. And that is exactly what's happened to this. Now all I need is me Hoover. And then they're really gone. I'll see you later. I shouldn't laugh, but I will. Bye-bye.